Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I'm stood here and it's been very windy this morning, it's been raining, it is relatively warm though, and it's still attracting the bees to some of the sunflowers. Unfortunately, this sunflower has decided to fall over. It's twice it's fallen over this week. The heavy winds of course don't help because this is about 8 to 10 feet tall. It's top heavy with all these beautiful sunflowers, and well, here comes the rain again and a bit of wind with it. Now, we've got some plants here that are starting to give new buds to their growth, and well, I'm not sure what this one is. I thought it might have been a raspberry, but I don't think it is. We've had no raspberries off this, so it'll be interesting to see actually what that plant is going to become in the next few weeks. Today I'm looking at my 2 loofahs that I've had in the house. I think the skins are drying. I don't think there's anything inside, but we'll take a look and see whether or not they are indeed loofahs. They're probably too young, but let's give it a go anyway. Should we go inside the greenhouse, hopefully where it's less windy than it is here. Before I go over to the loofahs, my poor chilies have gone a bit funny with me. Now, I think maybe they're overwatered. I gave them quite a dosing of water during the hot weather, and they've not liked it at all. They liked being dry, so I'm trying to dry them out. They are coming. We will get them to turn, but the leaves have gone a bit wilting, which is unfortunate, really. We still have a tomato plant coming. Fingers crossed, you never know, do you? And lots of other things happening here. And thankfully, my lavender lady clematis, which I got for in the sale, has decided to grow, and it's attaching itself to all sorts of things. But we've got new growth because some of the old has died off. Isn't that fantastic what happens when you pop things into your greenhouse? And well, let's see all about the loofah. So I have my loofah plant here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it in half, but I will reposition the camera onto the loofahs. I won't talk throughout it, and let's have a look and see whether or not there's anything inside. I think they're a little young compared to the ones that are now growing on the plant that have been left and didn't fall off. They're probably more luck with those ones than we've got here, but maybe, just maybe, we'll see the structure inside. Well, there we are. A little disappointing, I have to be honest, but they were very young when they fell off the plants. However, we do have the structure in here. We do have the veins, which is marvellous. They're not at all, even though they smell a little cucumbers, they're not cucumber-like at all, actually. And so they were early little loofahs. Obviously, not mature enough to be able to develop fully into the loofah we want. So fingers crossed, waiting more weeks now for the ones on the plants to actually come and turn into loofahs. But this is a really, really good sign. Isn't it great when you've grown something for the first time, actually, and it's looking like it could be a proper grown loofah. Hooray! Well, here I am in the greenhouse with my butternut squash, and well, I've never grown them before. It says the skin has to be hard before you pick them. Well, these are absolutely solid. The reason I'm thinking about picking these is eventually this week, because I've got some others coming. There's a little one here, and I think it will give all the stuff that's going into here, all the energies into the others to make sure that they grow and we get them. Now, just below where I am now, I've got here behind me a loofah. Again, not the biggest, so I'm going to have to just leave them in the hope that actually they do develop, and I'll keep looking through into further plants. I've got a couple laid down here, and it's really hard to get them up off the floor because the vines are not that big, unfortunately. So it's very difficult to keep them raised off the floor. I am going to try again this week, and we'll see if I can get them at least growing nicely. But well, there's still lots of things happening here. I've taken my tomatoes out because they weren't doing anything at all. I don't think they've had enough light. However, somewhere here, I've got a little green pepper. Look at that little thing. So hopefully that won't get attacked by this slug that is facing me off. So I'm going to sort the slug out, get my gloves on. We'll get that popped somewhere else. And it can have a field day away from my peppers, which is another one here as well. So let's get out there, get my gloves on, and should we get rid of this old slug, shall we? Marvellous. To tell you the truth, I don't know how I got here in the first place. It really is like a jungle in here. Oh, marvellous. Here we go. I know I talk about nature all the time and how wonderful it is. Well, it is. Look, beautiful roses yet again from the rose bush. And there's another one down here. There's some more coming. But just over here, if I can bend this plant forward and bring this forward, I can't do that. Oh, I can just a moment. Can we bring it into shot? Look at that beautiful pink rose. Aren't they special at this time of year? Halfway through September, and it's still giving us some beautiful roses. There's 3 pink ones, and I've got 3 yellow ones. Marvellous. Oh, the sun's coming out too. Fantastic. Isn't it brilliant, eh? Once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. And, well, the guttering of the greenhouse becomes very useful when your plants have tomato blight. Now, what I've been doing is popping the green ones here, or even those that are unripened. In fact, those are all right, actually. And then they start to ripen. And here, I've got a little one, but unfortunately, on that end, it's got tomato blight. I can't even see that. On the other end, I've got a tiny, tiny snail. We'll have to get rid of the snail. That'll pop along somewhere else. But these are ready to take into the house, and we can have those for tea. As I say, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. It's great to have you on board. Shame about the loofahs, but fingers crossed for the next ones. I think it's a hit or miss thing, this loofah business, you know. But I'm going to leave those on the plants as long as they can. Give them some food. Hopefully they'll get a little bit bigger. Maybe they're just too small to turn into loofahs. I don't know. But I'll see you next time here on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Ta-ra for now.